opportunity to do so based off of her gender. Now, I realize this is an extremely unique circumstance and difficult thing to comprehend because you look, take the NFL, for example. You look around that league and there's all kinds of domestic abuse issues. So that's been a hot topic and a negative topic in sports and in our society for quite a while. And how would we feel about supporting an event that intentionally pits a man versus a woman in physical, violent confrontation? That's where it becomes very difficult, very uneasy for people, very uncomfortable. It's the nature of the sport. But the fact that it is a sport in itself should negate whatever the nature of it is if you're truly for gender equality. Should it not? And say the fight were to, in some unfathomable way, actually happen, that is where my first balls deep statement came in, that she could be one of the most impactful sports figures in all of history. And I'm not talking like a Michael Jordan or a Babe Ruth. I'm talking like a Jesse Owens. I'm talking like a Jackie Robinson. I'm talking like a Muhammad Ali. People who used the sports world as a platform to change and shape humanity and culture and attitudes and outlooks on different things. That's what I'm talking about. Rhonda Rousey has the possibility to do that. Could you imagine what the social response would be to something like that? If Rhonda were to be allowed to fight a man in itself, the publicity for the sport would be huge. And for her brand, don't get me wrong. But the impact that could have on our society and on people, certain people's views on what a woman can and can't do, what a man can and can't do, domestic abuse issues, self-defense issues. This could spark confidence and strength in women all over. Where the next thing you know, you see all kinds of females taking self-defense, mixed martial arts classes and learning how to not only defend themselves physically from threats, but in learning so, accomplishing escape from potential fear. There are women out there who fear of being a victim of violence. And I guess what I'm trying to get at is Rhonda Rousey could empower so many people in such a positive way if just two things were allowed to happen. If A, the fight was allowed to happen to begin with, and B, as long as she had a respectable showing. She wouldn't even need to win this fight. She would just need to be respectable, competitive in it, and it could accomplish huge, huge things on a grand scale, transcending the world of sports. But there would be an insane, almost unprecedented amount of scrutiny and pressure on the UFC to get every aspect of this event right, including promotions, fight itself, safety, you name it. But the problem is there's no fighting organization in the country that'll sanction it, that'll commission it. At least not right now, not without public outrage or outcry or, an overwhelming demand for it. But I really feel that if Rhonda has one or two more fights where she's as dominant as she's been in her last two, that there is no other place for her to go in this sport other than fighting men. And if she should choose to do that and prove herself to be worthy to do that, which I feel she already has, then in my opinion, who are any of us to say that she should be denied that opportunity, should not be allowed to do that simply because of her gender? Whew. All right. Well, went just a couple minutes over. I apologize for that, but that's going to wrap up the show this week. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the topics we had this week. And if there are any topics that you would like to get on the show, comments, suggestions, anything at all, hit me up on the Facebook, Scotty Ball is what you look for there, or what I would prefer is that you follow the show on Twitter at BDST Show. Thank you to Northern Lights Radio for having the show. Thanks for tuning in to WNLMradio.com to hear it. I'm Scotty Ball, and I hope you join me here next Wednesday night, same time. And I almost forgot before I run out of time, I wanted to do 3 rest in peace mentions here real quick. Anthony Mason, 48 years old, died of a heart attack recently. Former Knicks player in the 90s, you would remember him as. Earl Lloyd also passed away. He was the first African-American in the NBA. That was in 1950, just 3.5 years after Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. He died at the age of 86. And Minnie Minoso, the first African-American baseball player in Chicago just 2 years after Jackie broke the color barrier. He passed away at age 90, and he is one of only 2 players to play in a major league game in 5 decades. So they say it happens in threes. It definitely did in this case. And we'll close the night show with a fond farewell and fond memories of Minnie Minoso, Earl Lloyd, and Anthony Mason. Thanks for all your contributions, guys. And those who are remembered live forever. All right. Thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you join me back here next week. Good night.